In most asset-intensive plants, the same 6203 bearing sits in the storeroom under 4 different part numbers, sourced from 3 suppliers at 3 different prices. Multiply that across 10,000 SKUs, and this stops being an inventory problem. It becomes a category management problem. MRO Category Management is the discipline of treating maintenance, repair, and operations spend as a managed portfolio, not a stream of one-off requisitions. It means segmenting spend, consolidating the supplier base, standardizing items, and aligning procurement decisions with operational continuity. Traditional purchasing struggles here because it is reactive. It fills the requisition in front of it without asking whether the part is a duplicate, whether the supplier is the right one, or whether the item should be carried at all. The category itself spans 3 broad buckets: maintenance supplies, lubricants, belts, bearings, fasteners, repair items, spare parts, motors, pumps, seals, and operational items, safety equipment, cleaning agents, hand tools. Each behaves differently in terms of criticality, consumption, and sourcing, which is exactly why a single blanket purchasing approach breaks down. The process starts with spend analysis. Pull purchasing history from your ERP, your CMMS, and supplier invoices, then classify it: spare parts, consumables, tools, and equipment. Done properly, this exposes the things that quietly drain budget: duplicate buys, price variance for identical items, and over-reliance on single vendors. The critical shift is moving from unit price to total cost of ownership, factoring in storage, handling, obsolescence, and logistics, not just the number on the invoice. Next comes supplier consolidation and standardization, 2 levers that reinforce each other. On the supplier side, vendors get segmented into preferred, critical, and transactional, then consolidated. Buying hydraulic seals from 5 vendors becomes buying from 1 or 2 best-of-breed suppliers, unlocking volume discounts and consistency. On the item side, standardization stops SKU explosion at the source. Using a common classification standard, UNSPSC or ECL at SS, prevents the same part being cataloged under 5 different names, and rationalizing near duplicate specifications, like a dozen slightly different M8 bolts, collapses them into one. So far, this is analysis and structure, but structure alone doesn't sustain itself. And this is where sourcing strategy, inventory logic, and governance turn a one-time cleanup into an operating capability. With clean data and a rationalized base, sourcing gets sharper. Competitive bidding and reverse auctions on high-value commodities, group purchasing for shared consumables, and e-procurement to automate requisitions and approvals. Then inventory optimization decides what to actually hold. ABC analysis prioritizes attention. A-class items, high-value, mission-critical spares like gearboxes and pumps are watched closely and stocked lean to avoid tying up capital. B-class parts sit at moderate levels. C-class commodities like fasteners can be bulk bought or handled through vendor-managed inventory. Just-in-time and VMI arrangements then keep only what's genuinely needed on the shelf. None of this holds without a feedback loop. Performance monitoring closes the cycle, tracking inventory turnover, supplier lead time reliability, and realized savings with periodic supplier audits to keep contracts honest. Category management is not a project you finish. It's a discipline you run. Underneath all of this sits the catalog, and its quality determines everything above it. Most master data fails in 5 predictable ways. It's inaccurate, inadequate, inconsistent, illogical, or simply missing. Those failures show up in the fields that matter most: part numbers, vendor names, descriptions, classifications, and purchase order text. A good catalog fixes this with disciplined naming. Not large pump, but centrifugal pump. 10 horsepower, 415 volts, 50 hertz. Specification rich, standardized, and readable the same way by every system and every team. This is where AI changes the economics. Classifying, deduplicating, and enriching millions of MRO records by hand is slow, expensive, and never truly finished. AI does the heavy lifting. Automated classification and tagging against standards like UNSPSC and ECL at S. Auto-enrichment that pulls verified attributes from OEM and supplier sources. And duplicate detection that catches the same part hiding under different descriptions. Tie that to real-time ERP and CMMS integration, and the catalog stops being a static database that decays. It becomes a living system, synchronized, self-correcting, and continuously governed rather than periodically cleaned. The outcomes are concrete. Reduced procurement costs from consolidation and eliminated duplication. Lower working capital as excess and obsolete stock is retired. Fewer stockouts on the parts that actually matter, and better spend visibility for every sourcing decision. One recurring benchmark: organizations that eliminate rush orders and trim excess inventory through a disciplined cataloging and category approach have cut annual MRO spend by roughly 30%. So MRO category management isn't a back-office procurement chore. It's a strategic capability, one that connects clean data to lower cost, fewer stockouts, and more reliable assets. Get the catalog right, run the category as a discipline, and let AI carry the volume. That's what separates a storeroom that drains capital from one that quietly protects uptime.